Hello everyone, it's Katie here. Today I would like to welcome you to Anping Fort, which is the place I believe that you all know here. So Tainan is a beautiful place full of history and I hope you enjoy that. Today I'm going to welcome you with me.
In the early 17th century, the Dutch formed a military and business force and occupied current-day Anping. They built Fort Zeelandia as the defense fort. The fort was completed in 1634. In 1662, after the Koxinga successfully overtook the fort, it was renamed Anping Town. Fort Zeelandia was also known as Wanshan, City of the King. The fort was gradually abandoned during the Qing dynasty. The fort was reconstructed during the Japanese colonial period. After World War II, it was renamed Anping Fort. The only remaining part from the Dutch colonial period is the south brick wall at the front of the fort.
It became an important historical site in Tainan.
Each brick and tile tells a tale of yesteryear and the story of today.
This wall behind me is the ancient wall which remains from the period of Dutch colonial until today. And what is so special is because in the early days, there's no cement. So they used 3 different kinds of ingredients, including the shell ashes, syrup, and the glutinous rice. They used these 3 ingredients to make up this wall and made it stronger. And there's also another special thing on this wall. Do you want to find it out? Come with me. As you can see behind me, this iron Caesar pattern is the secret that I just told you before, or you can call it wall locks. And what does the wall locks do? It attaches the beams and the walls together to make this construction stronger, to let the walls not being that easy to fall down, and which is really important to build a fort. And right now we finished all these historical things. We can go to that plaza and to find out what else we can find.
During the Japanese colonial period, the Japanese wanted to commemorate their fight against the Dutch. They erected a monument with an inscription that reads the site of the heroic action of Hamada Yahai.
When the national government came to Taiwan, the authorities removed the inscription and carved Anping Fort to memorialize the fact that Fort Zeelandia was renamed Anping Town during Koxinga rule.
Since the Dutch built this fort, the ancient well here is part of a few remains that remains here. And people saying that beneath it, there is a secret tunnel that can go between Anping Fort and Chicken Tower.
To build Eternal Golden Castle and repair residence housing during the Qing dynasty, Fort Zeelandia was almost leveled. The only structures left from the Dutch colonial period are an old wall and a well.
Follow me to go to our next spot to see the memorial hall. Let's go!
Wow, so this is Fort Zeelandia Museum. Let's go inside and check it out. The legend of the secret tunnel underneath the well is disproven here.
Well, before I said that people believe that there is a secret tunnel, but the truth is, on this side it tells us that there's already an expert, proof that it's just a legend.
The museum thoroughly explains the landscape, terrain, and geographical location of Fort Zeelandia. When you visit Anping Fort, don't forget to come here.
Well, because the fort was damaged so badly, the Japanese, they repair and rebuilt this building during their colonial period. So then it comes this building to preserve the antique things and history.
The museum also showcases artifacts from the Dutch colonial period and the Koxinga rule. There are weapons from this time period, telling a story left behind in history. The painting Dutch Envoy Surrendering is also on display, giving us a visual representation of that event. Blue and white porcelain from the Qing dynasty are preserved here as well. alongside artifacts from the Dutch colonial period and Koxinga rule.
After seeing so many monuments here, now let's go top of this tower to see what else we can find here. Let's go. Gosh, so many stairs here. I'm tired already. It's better to have a good view here. Well, look at that. You can see the whole entire Anping city here. Alright. Kind of worth it now.
Look out from the tower and you can see surrounding Tainan Canal, Eternal Golden Castle, Anping Tree House, Tainan Merchant House, Anping Presbyterian Church, Haishan Hall, Old Julius Manic Merchant House, Taiwan Salt Japanese-style dormitory.
The buildings and things that remain from the ocean time is always the center of historical monument. And I really hope you guys can come here and take a look by yourself.